Raider Nation, get ready. Big decisions could be coming to Las Vegas. The NFL Draft is around the corner, and all eyes are on what the Raiders will do next. From offensive line help to explosive new weapons, there's serious talk about the future of this team. Some fans are buzzing about names like Tre'Von Henderson and top offensive tackles who could protect the quarterback and light up the field. Others are wondering if the Raiders are really set at quarterback or if another surprise is coming. Right now, the team still has a lot of work to do. We're not in the top 16 for offense, and the defense is hanging around the middle of the league. But with 9 draft picks and plenty of money to spend, this team has the tools to build something strong, fast. Before listening to the latest news, subscribe to the channel, like it, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's move on to the new news. Back to business. If the Raiders use their picks wisely and stay aggressive in free agency, they can turn things around quickly. The next few moves will show how serious they are about winning now. The draft could bring in stars who help right away, players who protect the quarterback, make big catches, and bring toughness to both sides of the ball. It's a big moment for the Silver and Black. Raider Nation, stay locked in. Things are about to get interesting. The Raiders may have just pulled off one of the smartest quarterback moves in recent memory. When Gino Smith joined Las Vegas, many expected a huge price tag. But compared to other deals, like the one Sam Darnold got, this one looks like a clear win for the Silver and Black. Gino's contract is strong, but it didn't break the bank. And for what the Raiders are getting? A top 15 quarterback who's been one of the most accurate passers in the league for years. Let's break that down. Gino has been the most accurate quarterback over the last 4 seasons. Yes, even more than Joe Burrow and Kirk Cousins. He's not just good, he's elite when it comes to placing the ball. And now he's wearing silver and black. But the Raiders might not be done making bold moves. One name that's suddenly getting attention is Parham. After some recent comments from the front office and shifts on the offensive line, his future could be uncertain. Could the Raiders trade him before the draft? It's not impossible. And then there's Michael Mayer. Some fans are wondering if he could be part of a trade package to get another big-time playmaker, especially if the team is looking for more firepower on offense. Players like Tyree Wilson or even Mayer himself could be surprise trade chips if the right offer comes up. Another name to keep an eye on, linebacker Cody Simon. The Raiders had a visit with him recently, which means he's on their radar heading into the draft. One thing's for sure, this team is not playing it safe. Las Vegas is hunting for difference makers and big decisions are still on the table. The Raiders are quietly building something smart and tough through the draft. One area they could target next? Linebacker. There's buzz about players like Jalen Walker, a name that keeps coming up when people talk about hard-hitting defenders with speed and power. Don't be surprised if Las Vegas also looks at interior guys with versatility, players who can both stop the run and drop back in coverage. Another name to keep an eye on, Ricky White from UNLV. He might not be a big-name prospect, but the guy has heart. He blocked 4 punts and shows real value on special teams. That alone could earn him a shot late in the draft, especially since he's already made it clear. He wants to wear silver and black. A local guy with love for the Raiders? That's the kind of hunger you want in the locker room. Now, the Raiders have some picks in the 200s, and that's exactly where you find hidden gems. Guys who fight hard, play fast, and believe in the team. Ricky White could be one of them. And let's be honest, not every draft pick will be a headline grabber. But what matters most is finding players who fit, players who love the game, understand the mission, and give everything on the field. This offseason has been full of smart moves, and if fans don't see that, they might be missing the bigger picture. The Raiders are sticking to a plan. It's not flashy, but it's focused, and it's working. There's a quiet confidence growing inside the Raiders' front office, and it starts with their belief in the draft. While other teams throw money around in free agency, hoping to fix problems overnight, Las Vegas is staying patient and smart. This team believes in building through the draft. That mindset? It's exactly what Pete Carroll and Spytek have leaned on in the past, and now it's shaping the Raiders' future. Forget the noise about specific positions like running back or cornerback. Right now, the mission is simple. Get great football players, no matter the position. When you've got talent all over the field, the game becomes easier. That's why Brock Bowers was the right move, not just because of what position he plays, but because of who he is. A difference maker. And let's be honest, this roster still has work to do. It's not about patching one spot. It's about filling gaps all over the field. The Raiders need fighters, playmakers, guys who leave it all on the grass. Now, let's talk quarterbacks. Could Shedeur Sanders end up in Vegas at pick number 6? Maybe. But don't hold your breath. The odds feel low, somewhere around 5%. Not impossible, but definitely not likely. And while fans love the idea of Hunter Renfrow returning, another name floating around is Elijah Moore. If you're asking who fits better today, it's Moore. He brings that shiftiness, that speed in the slot, and he might just be what this new offense needs. The Raiders aren't making splashy headlines, but make no mistake, every move is part of a bigger picture, a smarter plan, one built to last. If the Raiders are looking for a reliable slot receiver, there's one veteran name that keeps popping up, Robert Woods. He's got experience, strong hands, and even better, familiarity with coaches already on the staff. If Las Vegas wants a low-risk option who can move the chains, Woods could be the perfect fit. But don't get it twisted. If they land someone like Elijah Moore, that would spark excitement too. He's younger, quicker, and brings more upside in the long run. Now, let's shift to the big question. What's the safest pick at number 6? It's simple. Whoever the Raiders have sitting at the top of their draft board. Whether it's Ashton Jeanty, Armin Mebane, or Mason Graham. If that's your guy, go get him. Don't overthink it. Draft the best football player available. There's also some quiet buzz building around Jalen Walker. Not a lock, but don't be shocked if his name comes up. He's a player that's starting to gain traction in internal conversations. One name that's likely off the table now at number. Aru? Tetairoa McMillan. Not that he's not first-round worthy, but not at that spot anymore. Meanwhile, after Dallas traded for Milton, it feels like the door might be closing on any wild Shedeur Sanders scenarios for the Cowboys. Even though it was fun to imagine, that ship looks like it's sailing. But don't sleep on New Orleans. There's growing talk behind the scenes that the Saints could make a bold move to grab Shedeur late in the first. Raiders fans, don't be surprised if his name gets called by the black and gold. As for linebacker depth, names like Tommy Eichenberg come up in discussions. But here's the thing. He wasn't drafted by this current Raiders regime. And while he's a solid player, that detail might matter when it's time to make roster decisions. When a new regime comes in, they typically aren't as attached to players they didn't draft. If a guy doesn't perform well, the blame doesn't fall directly on them, and that's just how the business works. Unfortunately, Tommy Eichenberg, along with many players drafted last year, might not get the attention or opportunities they hoped for. The reality is that new coaching staffs want to make their own mark with players they personally selected. But let's be real. Eichenberg still has a lot of work to do if he's going to beat out someone like Allen Roberts. While Eichenberg may have more potential than someone like Devin White, he's got to earn his place on the field. With new coaching shifts each year, players like Eichenberg end up in difficult positions, constantly adapting to new schemes and asking a lot of them. But the Raiders are in a good spot with Patrick Graham sticking around, which helps keep some continuity. And that's essential for building a defense that sticks to a scheme long term. Switching gears a bit, the kickoff rule change could actually play in the Raiders' favor. With the 35-yard line touchback rule now in place, it's less of a focus on special teams. But for the Raiders, it's a positive. Having a kicker like Daniel Carlson, one of the best in the league, means fewer challenges in the return game. This rule change might give teams more depth and help those who struggle with injuries, but it also gives Carlson a chance to shine even brighter in the coming seasons.